Tax Talk, and I'm your host, Oyinlola Sale. This show strives to make sure you have a firm understanding of tax administration, especially if you are a resident of Lagos State. We discuss policies, obligations, legislation, compliance and enforcement, amongst other issues that are necessary for you to understand as far as tax terrain on Lagos is concerned.
Calling on all tax professionals, policy makers and business leaders to be a part of keynote sessions, expert panels and transformative workshops designed to drive economic growth. The 27th Annual Tax Conference of the Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria is here. Date is 12th to 16th of May 2025. Venue is the Abuja Chambers for Commerce and Industry. We bring you 5 impactful days of insight, strategies and solutions. Theme is Taxation for Development, Policies, Law and Implementation. Discover groundbreaking ideas, engage in powerful discussions and network with top professionals shaping the future of taxation. Mark your calendars. Together we formulate. Together we fabricate. Don't miss it.
If this is your first time with us today, The Big Story is a documentary-style look at issues of relevance to the government and the taxpayers alike. Our attention today shifts to advancing tax education and professional development. We'll look at the links between the two and much more. I advise that you stay with us as you will learn a thing or two. Time now for The Big Story.
This is The Big Story. In today's financial landscape, understanding the role of tax is more important than ever. It goes beyond just paying taxes. As individuals and businesses engage with government, the need for greater awareness around tax responsibilities continues to grow. Taxation, a pillar of modern economies, is sometimes perceived as complex and overwhelming. However, tax literacy is often limited to experts like the accountants and lawyers. It is worth noting that tax literacy should be seen as a responsibility of all citizens and a critical foundation for effective economic involvement. Despite its importance, many seem unprepared for its real-world implications. The lack of tax education can lead to a variety of consequences. Hence, tax authorities like the Lagos State Internal Revenue Service (LIRS) and professional bodies like the Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria (CITN) champion different initiatives to encourage tax education and professional growth. This has been found to be important to close the gap between the tax regulation and their practical implementation so that individuals and businesses can be empowered. When citizens understand why taxes are imposed, how they are calculated, and where taxes are allocated, they perceive the system as fair and legitimate. This fosters a sense of responsibility and encourages voluntary tax compliance.
The state of tax education in Nigeria is improving, and I think in recent time, when I say in recent time, possibly in the past 5 years, 7 years, it's increasing rapidly. As we speak, there's a program spearheaded by FRS, WAEC, and CITN, whereby taxation will be introduced even at secondary school level, at WAEC level. That was not there before. It's going to happen anytime from now. As we speak, we have over 34 tertiary institutions in the country offering taxation either at ND, HND, BSc, MSc or PhD level. That was not so before. The graduate of taxation from Federal Polytechnic, NEKD, Nassau State University and many others, they are all over the country working in various revenue offices and consultancy outfit.
While the modern education system is recognizing the importance of preparing students for the real world and its challenges, the CITN is collaborating with the Ministry of Education to integrate tax education into the formal education curriculums. This integration is not only an academic exercise but a necessary step to arm students with the knowledge and foundational skill that supports decision-making and financial responsibility throughout their lives. In other words, this could be seen as a strategic involvement in the nation's education and economic future.
So, talking strictly about formal education, that is improving by virtue of what we know. And if you extend the definition of education to awareness creation, it's also improving. A lot of people are talking about taxation now, and specifically the coming of the tax reform bill, the economic stabilization bill of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has brought a lot of awareness to the people. Many people are talking about taxation now. Before now, they were not talking about it because it is bringing, the interest is there. At least if there's anything that has galvanized the interest of many Nigerians in recent time, that tax reform bill has done a massive job, and we appreciate that. What you don't know or what you don't have, you can't give. The more of knowledge people have, either as a taxpayer or revenue collector, and even those who are yet to be in the tax bracket, the more of that knowledge we all have and the awareness, the better for the system.
While it is generally agreed that tax education is inevitable, the Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria, CITN, is one of the bodies in the forefront of tax education and professional development in the country. Established to promote competence and ethical conduct within the tax profession, CITN plays a crucial role in shaping the nation's tax landscape. While CITN stands as a pivotal organization dedicated to the advancement of tax education and the professional development of tax practitioners within Nigeria, its mandate centers around the provision of rigorous and comprehensive tax education. Over the years, CITN has implemented quite a number of initiatives in enhancing tax literacy amongst professionals and the public.
We are at the forefront, and if I must stick to the tax reform bill I just mentioned, CITN has marketed and promoted this bill. I've been a Lagos person almost all my life, and I practiced within this jurisdiction over 20 years. There's no part of Ikeja that we didn't do roadshow, leading to Atlanta market, leading to Ligbogo, leading to all the markets in conjunction with the staff of LRS to educate the members of the public, the marketers, and the likes. So CITN is in the forefront, and we intend to do more because we believe once we get our revenue collection, tax revenue collection right, Nigeria will move up very well. There will be revenue to handle the public expenditure. And once the public expenditure, all the gaps are bridged, then of course, Nigeria will be a place where many people will want to stay, not the one where our young ones want to run away from. For several years now, we have been collaborating with FRS to what we call quiz competition with the secondary school across the country. CITN just concluded in this March, the last one in Nasarawa State, where we had secondary school students from that state competing. Our female arm, we call them SWEET. SWEET is an acronym for Society for Women in Taxation. They just concluded 1, 2, covering the whole country. and they effectively narrow the finalists to 12. 12, 2 students from each geopolitical zone. So 2 of them participated at the final. I was part of that process. And so at the secondary school level, we call it Catch Them Young. And in our annual task conference, we are going to have the university or the tertiary institutions students coming on board to come and compete. That is one program nobody should miss, because it speaks against the comment that standard of education is falling. You need to come and see these great guys from Nigerian University, from Nigerian Polytechnic, display knowledge. So we are doing a lot to make sure that we catch them young, and once they know this even from their very young age, then they become responsible adults at the end of the day, because whoever is paying his taxes as and when due is a responsible and law-abiding citizen of the country.
In addition to formal education, CITN actively enhances tax education and professional development through its annual tax conference. This dynamic event serves as a platform for dialogue and collaboration aimed at formulating actionable recommendations that will assist the government at various levels in achieving its objective. The conference attracts a diverse mix of stakeholders, including business leaders, industry experts, tax and accounting professionals, and policy makers, all coming together to share insights and drive progress in the field of taxation.
Our theme for this year's conference will definitely not be far away from what is going on in the environment, the contemporary issues. So this time around, we are looking at policy, we are looking at law, and we are looking at administration. The three must converge to ensure a great tax system in any country. Policy, as in what the President Tinubu did by gathering technocrats and stakeholders in the country to rejig and to overhaul the tax system in the country. That exercise took about 1.5 years or slightly above 1 year. And at the end of the day, when it was submitted to him, the executive also looked at it and sent it to the National Assembly. So that is policy aspect. And to look at how we can move away from obsolete law, obsolete practices, obsolete administration. So that has been done, and we are at a level of law. And I'm happy that that bill, or those bills, because there are 4 in the real sense of it, are passed through the House of Rep. So still with the Senate, once the 2 of them pass and they send it to the President, he has sent, the bills become law. And of course, that handle the second leg of the tribal. So once the law are there, the administrators, either at the federal or at the state or local government, will be bound to follow and obey the law. So we are going into a new era whereby taxation will be simplified, and we can relate with the laws, not law given to us over 50, 60 years ago. The law that we can say is in consonant with the reality of today. So that is what we are speaking to the main theme in our conference, to drive home the point more. Because if some people, and I doubt if some people never believe that taxation is technical until this bill came into the public, and you could see many angles to it, many perspectives to it. And as an institute, we welcome those different perspectives. We never saw those perspectives as opposition. And we are happy that after the initial divergence, there has been convergence. And that is good for the country. Everybody, we need to protect his or her interests. And that has been seen That has taken place in this. So we expect anytime from now, the other arm of the National Assembly, we pass the bill and it will be sent to the President Tinubu for assent. We are so definite that with the right attitude from our leaders and Nigerians, once these bills are passed into law, Nigeria will be good or better for it.
Coming on the heels of the huge success of last year's annual tax conference, as the train returns to Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory in Nigeria, from May 12 to May 16, 2025, the CITN will organize its 27th annual tax conference this year with the theme Taxation for Development, Policies, Laws and Implementation.
The main conference opening ceremony and the lights will start on the 13th. The technical aspect will continue until the 14th. Now, on that 12th in the evening, we have a major program that has been one program that not anybody will want to miss, particularly for those who have been attending our program before. It's called Hospitality Night, where you have our various districts. As at the last time, I think we had about 44 districts, and between last year and now, maybe 45 districts. Between last year and now, we already have 49. And so we have added districts that will come and showcase how you dress in Bayelsa, your food, your culture. You can't ignore these major things that can bring a lot of money to Nigeria, the tourism aspect and the likes. So we want to see how you come, how you dress in Kebbi. Come and showcase how you dress in Osun. So that platform is given to our members across the country on the first day, that's 12th. Then of course we go into the technical matters on from 13th and 14th. Our Ghana night, of course, in order not to be a dull boy, we need to play. And our Ghana night is always a major one. People look out for it. This time around, we intend to make it top class.
Tax education is not merely about fulfilling civic duties, it is an investment in our financial empowerment. It fosters an understanding of taxation and equips us with the tools to navigate the financial landscape with confidence.
Just gone by the big story on the Tax Talk, we looked at advancing tax education and professional development. We took a short break for now. Please stick around.
Calling on all tax professionals, policy makers and business leaders to be a part of keynote sessions, expert panels and transformative workshops designed to drive economic growth. The 27th Annual Tax Conference of the Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria is here. Date is 12th to 16th of May 2025. Venue is the Abuja Chambers for Commerce and Industry. We bring you 5 impactful days of insight, strategies and solutions. Theme is Taxation for Development, Policies, Law and Implementation. Discover groundbreaking ideas, engage in powerful discussions, and network with top professionals shaping the future of taxation. Mark your calendars. Together, we formulate. Together, we fabricate. Don't miss it.
Our online handles are intermittently shown on the screen so that you can become a part of our online community. We also make sure to provide you with the website and social media handles of the Lagos State Internal Revenue Service, just in case you need to have any tax-related issues sorted out. It's now time for Tax Did It, where we bring you projects executed by the Lagos State government using your taxes. With that, we come to the end of today's edition of the Tax Talk, your one-stop infotainment show that brings you the sauce on everything tax, with a keen focus on Lagos State, which just happens to be the model state when it comes to tax administration in the nation. My name is Oyinlola Saleh. That will be all for today. Bye for now.